I'll show you guys a good night. They're hard to find out here. No, I think it's really hard to find out here, actually. Come on. Lola, come on. Lola. Come on. I don't think she can hear or see. But she's very interested in going for a walk. And Salem might be back at my house ripping the tree apart or the presents for my daughter. I don't know what that dog's doing right now because I took Lola instead of Salem. Come on. Not much farther. Come on. We just got to go down this door. It's so nice to bring Lola out because no leash. She just walks along with you. Probably can't see her because she's dark as the night. She's super black. But, man. Walked out of my house, my neighbor was coming home. Spanish dude. He lost his job about 2 months ago. I asked him if everything was okay for the holidays. You know, he puts a wreath up on his front door. And he didn't put anything up this year. He said, nope. I had my family. And come on. In the worst broken English you've ever fucking heard, by the way. You know, couldn't make any sense of it, really. But it was a ton of fun. Come on. It's a ton of fun. Getting down here to Turkey Hill right at closing time, which is a great time to get here, by the way. Lola. Great time to get here. We might be able to sneak you in. Come on, baby. Oh, we snuck her in. We snuck her in. We snuck her in. I'm gonna get yelled at. But oh, I'm gonna get yelled at. It's okay. It's okay. How are you? We're going deep tonight. That's the way I view it. Brought my old lady with me.
I'm acting like I don't see her.
Good. Good. Dude, she's so old, though. She used to be prettier.
They're all pretty.
No, now she's gray and slow.
Still old, still pretty.
Because, dude, you know what's nice? I can do this with this one. The Shepherd.
Forget it.
Oh no, it's like no leash from the house to here.
Mm.
Just fine. Fucking Shepherd would have found something. Squirrel.
Yeah,
Car.
They do.
No.
Mine's a freaking nut job.
I'm legitimately concerned about whether or not she tore open my kids' Christmas presents while I left her at home alone. Because she might be jealous.
I had to start getting Wednesday homing treats before
Absolutely
I
not.
leave for work. It's just, dog's aggressive, little dog's aggressive right now because she's
Is it dog aggressive or dog reactive?
Dog reactive, more reactive. Yeah.
Probably not aggressive.
Yeah, no, it's more.
It's hard to find an aggressive dog.
It is.
know,
You're right.
they
It's
don't
more
exist.
reactive. That makes sense.
Now, as much as you would like your dog to be dog aggressive or human aggressive or whatever it is. Whoa! Whoa! Whichever it is, people train dogs to bite people. And the fucking dogs don't bite. And they don't bite. You know? And my dog really, really, really wants to get near other dogs. She gets to them. I'd love to know what your ass would smell like. Like, that's how it goes. Merry Christmas. I'm done for the day. I'm done. Let's go. Didn't get yelled at. didn't get yelled at. We did not get yelled at. Lola, come on. We did not get yelled at. It's so nice to just take a walk with Lola. Because Lola just prances. She just prances along. No problems. She's not like... I can't even describe Salem. Salem seems to actively... Like, that wouldn't happen. You know? Salem seems to, like, actively chomping at the bit, chomping at the bit, chomping at the bit, chomping at the bit. Like, as often. She's taking a shit in the shepherd's yard. There's a male shepherd that lives there. Well, I literally don't let Salem take shits there because she's an unfixed female shepherd. And I feel like it fucks with that dog too much. Either way, Salem just bounces off the fucking... You're not going to make her tired. You're not going to... And this is age. This whole thing with, like, walking with me with no leash into a store, out of a store, doesn't make a sound, and she's getting tired going back, by the way. It's like, we're going to have to, like, encourage her to get there. Just old dog. Old good dog, by the way. Old good dog. Good dog. You can make a shepherd into that. But shit, Salem's coming up on 3. And... Lola, come on. Lola! Oh man, she has no interest. Something happened there. That's all we're worried about. I'm not even sure if she can hear me fucking tell her to come on. Fuck. I think it's all nose. I think it's all nose with that dog. She's amazing. And she's also, even her like growing up and living her life, she was probably a better dog than your dog. She's killed more stuff. She's had a couple groundhogs in her life. Yeah, she's ripped apart a couple real animals. Like, she's killed them. I swear, if this dog was 6 years younger, she would eat Salem's lunch. Salem's just a cunt. Just didn't get the manners she needed when she was a puppy. Fucking Lola here with me. She used to eat cigarettes. Cigarette packs, not cigarettes. Cigarette packs and chew on cables. She got her ass whipped a couple times. Lola's had her ass whipped a couple times. And then she got trained badly, which was my fault. And now, towards, whatever you want to call it, her waning years, her golden years. Oh shit, Salem's standing at the top of the steps like, fuck both of yous, dude. That's great. Sniffing her ass, trying to figure out, did you do something that I should have did? The problem that fucking Salem has is Salem couldn't do what Lola just did. And I can't say I'd call the cops to try and find Salem. Because I couldn't. still connected? Are the headphones still connected? I don't know either. And to be fair about the whole conversation, I don't know if I would have taken Lola on a walk through a city, town, not city, town, when she was 3, with no leash or anything like that. Expected such good results. I took that dog out of the house, 15 minutes ago, or whatever it was, fully expecting her to walk with me into the store, grab what I need, and then we're going to go back. Done. And I don't think she can hear or see. Salem. That dog scares me to death. And she's the one that taught me training a dog. So who taught me more? Was it Salem or was it Lola? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I know who I trust. I trust Lola. And I wanted a nice walk on Christmas Eve. No drama. I grabbed Lola. Honestly, the only reason you would, take Salem over Lola is if you're trying to gain attention. Because she barks at people, dude. She's just a disaster. Oh my god, she's not a disaster, actually. She's a very pretty dog that makes a lot of noise, that really will love you. And Salem loves me way more than Lola loves me, I think Lola's just a lot more okay with not having interactions with me all the time. Because she's older. She's had a bunch, I don't know how they think. Hey! If I say hey, Salem shows up. Hey! Come on! Lola's sitting across the fucking room, just staring at me. She's just like, dude, no. I've done this. I know what you're doing. I'd still take her on a walk at nighttime in the city, town. I don't care. It's fucked up, dude. Lola might be a better dog than Salem, but I'm looking for something that is harder to train, that's more similar to Salem. Man, wish me luck. I'm either fucking stupid or Do you know what the difference is? Do you know what the difference is? You see Salem run, and you see Lola run. Or you put up a ball, like you test prey drive, as they call it. You get a ball. A ball. I don't care what ball it is. If it's a circle, and you can throw it really far, and the dog can grab it and bring it back. A retrieval item that happens to be a ball. I don't care. And if you want to talk about sticks, we'll have a different conversation. But yeah, actually, we're going to have that conversation. The difference between balls and sticks. Yes. No homo. No fucking sexualization of balls and sticks. It's actually a thing. Salem. I think Salem would kill me if it meant she got to chew on a ball for the rest of her life. I think Lola would really like to chase a dog that is chasing a ball? Stick. So, stick. If you have a stick, like off a tree, you stupid fucks, a stick, Salem would probably kill anybody in her way if it meant that she got the stick. How to train her that she's not going to get the stick unless she kills the person to get the stick, or kill whatever it is, or run through the barrier, or whatever she has to do to get the stick. That's a different thing, training those parts. That's prey drive. Lola only wants the stick so she can bring it back to you. And when she brings it back, she won't drop it. Lola would like to play tug of war. It's literally the only fucking reason that she retrieved said stick. It's the only reason. There's no other reason that she retrieved the stick. Salem. She'll bring it back to you and she'll play tug of war, and she really enjoys tug of war. What she really wants to do is hear the drop it command, release, and I'll fuck you up. Then she'll fucking, not like all three, you don't have to do all three. One of those will make her do it. She wants to chase it again. She understands if she gives it to you, she gets to chase it. If she gives it to you, she gets to chase it. Her problem is, when she gets back to you after a couple of them, like, dude, I can do, like she knows she has options. It's like, we can play tug of war. I can just give it to you, and I can release and go drink water. Sometimes she's hot, and she doesn't even want the stick anymore. She's like, I'd like to go drink water. So she does that. She also wants to give it to you. She actively wants to give you the stick so she can chase it again. As I am always telling people, you think you want a shepherd. You think you want a shepherd. That dog, even a bad one like I don't have a purebred shepherd. I have a shepherd Doberman. But she's a lot of shepherd. And she's definitely Doberman, by the way, because I've looked up Dobermans and I've seen how they move. She moves like a Doberman and looks like a shepherd. Without the ears. She has the Doberman curled ears. So imagine having that. A dog that moves like a Doberman and acts like a shepherd. No wonder she pissed off or just didn't do the job for whoever the hell had her beforehand. Before I got her. You really had to look into that dog before you got that dog. Like, I know of 2 owners that she ran through, and who knows how many she had before that, you know? Can't believe anything that the second owner that told me about the dog, you can't believe anything she said about the dog. I just looked at the dog, got the dog, walked the dog, and I was like, yeah, I'll take that dog. A year later, she's still out of her goddamn mind. Is it Christmas yet? 12:04, motherfuckers! Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Holy shit, this is good. That is good. That makes me feel good. You have 24 hours of the baby Jesus in love. And, you know, your only job is to really be as kind and humble as possible for the next day. And it's midnight, so one day, man, I fail at it the other 364 days a year, but you get one day to not be a piece of shit. Yeah, do it. Yeah. You'll feel better. Actually, I kind of want to talk about dogs. Yeah, I want to talk about my thought process on them. I want to talk about, like, the weird connection I have between Lola and my grandfather, because I think they both are going to die before next Christmas. That probably sounds crazy. That is real. Lola's slow right now. She's not stopping. Dude, she's not putting the brakes on or anything like that. I think she's much less of a dog than she was 6 years ago. Or even 2 years ago. Or even a year ago. You know, I have videos to prove that shit that aren't posted or anything like that. But I ran them today while I was Christmas shopping. We stopped by Lawrence Park and threw a softball around, which I can launch a softball. I'm good for 50, 60 yards on a softball plus the roll. You do that a few times, man. You make a dog run a half a football field and come back to you. They're doing 100 yards every time. Do that a couple times, and a dog like Salem starts looking for water. Lola, after the second one, was going halfway out and beating Salem on the way back and chasing her then. Lola was not doing that a year ago. Lola was getting after her. Chasing, barking, biting at the ass, stuff like that, where I thought like Salem was going to turn around and fuck her up a couple times because she was being so fucking obnoxious. Salem might be speeding up, and Lola might be calming down. Like, calming down into death, by the way. Like, I'm saying she's dying. I think she's dying. It is significantly less activity. As far as, like, hanging out and food drive and stuff, like wanting to eat and wanting to drink and using the bathroom. She's doing all of her natural functions. But we're getting to the point where we have to, or I think I'm going to have to separate exercise times. I'm not sure it's even ethical or appropriate to exercise a 2-year-old dog and a 12-year-old dog together. Because if I do it together, Salem doesn't get enough and Lola gets too much. It's super unfair. It feels unfair. I notice how unfair it is. The only way I can make it fair is with water, but the water would have to be temperature controlled. And dude, they're charging too much down there at oh my god, what is that place? Elizabethtown K9. We take care of your fucking dog, and we bought a wave pool place. I don't know. They have a pool. I'm sure it's temperature controlled inside and all that stuff. I know it's inside. I'm sure it's temperature controlled. But dude, they want like fucking $30 an hour per dog. I'm not giving you $60. I'm not giving you $60. I can take Salem anywhere right now. It's freezing cold outside, by the way. Not like this minute. This minute, it's like 40 something. I swear to God, it's 40 degrees. It feels hot outside after the past week we had. But yeah, like ponds and streams, like all that shit's frozen because it was 8 degrees 2 nights ago. It was super cold. And if I put Salem into that water, Salem doesn't care. Do you know what Salem does? She's like, do you have a ball? Great, I'd like to chase it. If I put Lola into that same water, 1, she won't go into it. 2, if she does, she'll go up to her toes, 3, when Lola comes out, she's going to be shivering. Like, literally shivering. You can watch her shake. It's so sad. And we have Salem sitting over there going, what are we doing, dude? What are we doing? Like, she's still bathing and shit. And if you get your dog groomed, the reason it costs a different price if you have like a triple coat or a double coat or a good dog compared to a fucking pit bull mix, like there's a fucking reason, dude. You really do have to work on that fur. You really do. It's a different shedding process. The dog's capable of different things. Just breaks your heart to watch one get old that was never as hardy as that 2-year-old you have now. As far as dogs go, not even kids, cunts. Dude, if you think I'm talking about kids, like, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. No. I didn't even try and get this dog. I'm so happy I got Salem. But I'm looking for a real one after this. After Lola dies. One, I really do think I'm going to be... I think I'm going to be sad when Lola dies. But I got her so young that I think I'm going to accept it really easily. But as they say, if you're used to one dog, you always replace your dog. If you're used to 2 dogs, you have to replace your dog. So Sam's gonna fuck off, or no, Lola's gonna fuck off and die, and it might be 2 years, dude. She's fine. She seems fine. It might be 2 years though. But when she dies, it's just fucking Shepherd. I mean, real one. Like $3,000 to $6,000, real one. I want like a fucking 9-month-old. Teach it to sit, teach it to stay, to watch. But man, don't let that dog get attached to you. And they can't, because they're doing that with a bunch of different dogs. So the dog's not going to be attached to anybody. Drop that dog off with me in this shitty apartment that I have. It's not even a shitty apartment. I actually have a nice apartment. I have a nice apartment. Fuck, I wish I had a shitty apartment. In some ways, I'm happy I have the apartment that I have. But I see some properties out there where I have a shitty apartment. I have a shitty fucking apartment. Okay? Because it's not a condo. And I don't own it. And that's the difference between like an apartment and a condo. You have a shitty apartment, some people just have condos. And the difference is they have a mortgage on their apartment and you pay rent. And I pay rent. Real simple. Not a whole lot to figure out. Either way, I would really prefer to get a German Shepherd. Fuck, I lied again. It's Christmas and I lied. If I was just gifted, like, and not even, like, won the lottery or any stupid shit like that, right? Like, we won't even, like, extrapolate it out to that point. We'll just say, hey, dude, you have the space. You're allowed to have the dogs. You don't have to worry about it. Which breed of dog would you buy? It's not German Shepherd. It's not a German Shepherd. It's a Dutchie. It's a Dutch Shepherd. I'd get a Dutchie. A little smaller, and when I say smaller by a little bit, I mean it's Salem size. Be 70 pounds. It's a little smaller. I'd love to just grip up a really, really fucking, like a female Dutch Shepherd that came from fucking a mom and a dad that were not exactly the most polite dogs. That's what I do. And I'd seek them out. And they're not always available. They always sell, though. But they're not always available, but I would get a Dutchie. Looks a whole lot like a German Shepherd. But a Dutch Shepherd is a little bit hard. No, yeah. I'll say that. I'll say this. From what I've seen, they have the ability to be harder on their handler. Which means the dog might not like me so much. Which is great. Because if you might not like me, you're definitely not going to like that asshole that's going to come into my house or fuck with my car. The problem is Lily. But Lily's 13 now, dude. It's Christmas Day. It's Christmas Day. She's 14 in 3 months. I'm going to have the dog for 10 years, 12 years. Lily will be fucking 20-something years old. Damn. That dog has nothing to do with her. What that dog will have to do is figure out how to hang out with Salem and Lily and be in the apartment. Yeah, you don't just get to be a cunt, and if you do, like, I'm not going to put you in a cage. Well, geez, that's not even a fucking option for me, dude. I took Salem from being crate trained to you don't need a crate. You can be in a crate. I could literally pull the crate out of the fucking closet right now, put her in it, and Salem would lay down and go to sleep. It's not necessary. You don't have to do that. So if you just never give the dog the crate or the kennel, they have to figure out how to interact with my kid, with the dog, because we're assuming Lola died. Salem came, and Salem's now the fucking owner of the dog pack, but I'm sitting up here. So fucking look, little Dutchie, look. But yeah, I would get a Dutchie. It's because of a dog I seen called Mace. Dude, go look up Mace, Mace, from oh, Shield Canine. Shield Canine had a dog named Mace. Mace. It was a massive. Pretty much black. Well, not all black, but pretty much black. Dutch Shepherd. Purebred. Massive dog. The fucking dog had to be 100 pounds. Maybe 110. I mean, the fucking thing looked like a wolf. It looked like a wolf. And it was still undersized to be a wolf, but you want to talk about a dog. And you know what happened to that dog? That fucking dog was with Shield Canine, got sold, chewed up the owner that bought the dog because they tried to put it back into the fucking kennel. It was like, fuck you. He took a bite and then gave it back to Shield Canine. He trained it up and then sold it to someone else. More than likely, as just a stud dog. He probably sold it to like a stud service. He doesn't tell you that, by the way, but that's about all that dog would be good for. You're not going to let that thing around your kids. You're not going to let that thing. You're not going to let that dog do much other than that. But, dude, that was a cool dog. And everybody loved it. The internet loved that dog. Shield Canine guy loved that dog, man. He said he got up in his feelings when he had to ship it out because the dog knew it was getting shipped out again. The dog was upset, you know. And people miss that shit too, where You know, your dog knows. Like, your dog knows when it's going outside, right? The fucking dog knows when it's about to be shipped off to a new owner, too. Like, it recognizes that stuff. Yeah, that was... But, fuck it. That entire process, though, that Shield K9 went through, made me kind of fall in love with the Dutch Shepherd breed. Because it's and this is like a very, very, very stupid way of thinking about the breed. But I think it's somewhere in between a Malinois, and a German Shepherd. It seems to sit somewhere in the middle. As far as like prey drive and like human stability goes and stuff like that, like you can get a Malinois that will fuck you up, and all it wants to do is fuck you up. You can get a German Shepherd that will only lay down on your couch. If you took a Malinois and a Dutch Shepherd, you made them fuck. It's called a Shepherd X. Actually, they do that. Trying to get the prey drive out, or the drive out of the Malinois, and they're trying to get the calmness, essentially, out of the Shepherd. German Shepherd, I'm sorry. Do you know what's in the middle? And they range too. I'm not stupid. They range too. Dutch Shepherd seems to sit right in the middle of those motherfuckers. It might be super high active. It might be super reactive. It might be harder on its handler. It might be really good with your family. It might be cool to sit on the couch. It might look at a squirrel and think, I don't care what you say. I got to go get this squirrel. I don't know. I know my path isn't Doberman's. It's Shepherds. It's not Malinois. So it's German Shepherd or Dutchie. But I really like the thought of a big female Dutch Shepherd. I also like the thought of a really, really, or not like a big one, like a 65, like a smaller than my dog, by the way, smaller than Salem. A female Czech German Shepherd. Like from the Czech Republic, like really, really, really German dog. From the Czech Republic, like old school Czech dog. I mean, Czech. CZECH, by the way. Czech dog. I'm Czech Republic type shit. Like, we had a border with Germany. At some point, we were looking over the border, and the dogs used to have to bite people. One of those. So, Haas or Hans, I don't know. I can't remember. One of them. You have Haas, you have Hans. Hans or Haas is up in Canada. Hans or Haas is in Arizona. One of them brings in these... Well, they both bring in dogs from the Czech Republic. One's been doing it for like 40 years. One's been doing it for like 20 years. One prefers to train them and like get them ready for whatever thing you want to do. The other one... The older guy. I don't know if it's Hans or Haas. I'm so sorry. The older guy. I like his dogs. But you can get a really good littered pup. Because he's up there breeding. You can get one for like $3,000. And $3,000 for 12 or 13, 14, 15 years. If it's a real one with like real good genetics. It makes the Canadian guy look a whole lot more appealing. But Then you take a look at him, dude. Shit. I'd rather have the training backup from the dude down in Arizona. That the one down. Oh, I'm so sorry I haven't mentioned this name. It's Alpine Canine. Alpine Canine. If you Google that, he's down in Arizona currently. And then you have Shield Canine, Shield. Shield Canine, he's up in Canada. He has multiple spots up there, training centers, but he's basically running a breeding program, and he likes to run sport dogs. That's what he likes to do. Dude down in Arizona doesn't give a shit about that sport stuff. He's like full on defensive drive. I only bring in dogs and I train dogs the way that they're defensive drive. Dude up in Canada knows how to train a dog with defensive drive. But the dogs he gets, he thinks are super versatile and they can do either sport, canine, or sport, police, military, or fucking executive protection. And that's 3 different things, 4 different things. Dude, I don't want a sport dog. I'm not going to ever do the sport full training. I definitely am not in the military. I'm not a cop. So 3 of the 4 you're doing, you know what you're not doing? Or like you don't talk about it? You don't talk about the fucking defensive drive dog. You get them in from the same places, or the same town, or the same country, whatever you want to call it. One's on defensive drive, and one's on, you're clearly training that dog on prey drive. That's a prey drive dog. Defensive drive, prey drive. I like the one in Arizona. It's either Haas or Hans. I don't know. But that they're the 2. It's Hans, Haas. Hans, Haas. Hans, Haas. Hans, Haz. Haas, Hans. And I can't remember which one is in Canada and Arizona. But one is Alpine Canine. The other is Shield Canine. Hans, Haas, Hans. I don't fucking know. You can find it out really easily on YouTube, though. If I was to be gifted a dog, though, I'd take it from both of them. I think they both do a great job. I think one is like getting your dog, though, and he must have a kennel. The one in Arizona. He must have a kennel and be doing some type of breeding work in order to fucking, like, get you the dog that he thinks is, like, perfect for you. Because he talks about that a lot. He talks about, maybe you're guarding wheat fields. We can give you a harder dog. You might have your kids running around. We'll give you a softer one. But they're both great dogs. And then you have Hans, or the one up in Canada, Shield Canine. And he's like, no, we'll like make the dog into whatever you need it to be. And I'm sure he's smart enough to understand that certain dogs are predisposed to do certain things and other dogs can't even get to the police dog level but that's a different thing. I'll also tell you that the police dogs go home with the cop, with their families. Like, they hang out all day. They're good dogs. No. Oh, yeah, the other dude, Shield Canine, that guy, Hans or Haas, I'm not sure. He believes in testosterone. He thinks testosterone just makes more power. More power. On the other side, the guy down in Arizona, Alpine Canine, he believes females have more to fight for. He doesn't bring
he doesn't bring chemicals into it. He thinks, yeah, the ladies are the way to go. But he always had a male, as far as I can tell. All of his dogs that he had with him are males. But he thinks the ladies, you know, the female dogs are they're the real badasses. I've had 2 dogs that are both females, and I have no interest in breeding them. I don't want to breed them. Next one, I want a female, and I don't want to breed them. I don't want her pregnant. I don't want her lazy. I want her to be chomping at the fucking bit. I also want to become a better dog trainer. I want to start to understand why the fuck. Well, no, oh shit, dude. Like, Lola taught me a lot. Salem taught me a shit ton. And I probably won't get it right till like 2 dogs from now. Like, Salem's gonna have to die. I'm gonna have to replace Salem and then get another one. It'll be a decade until I understand what the fuck is going on with these dogs, but I really, really, really. I want a big female Dutchie. Like, what the fuck, man? I'm sorry I made you listen to me this long. I'm so sorry. I want a big female Dutch Shepherd. I want a big female Dutchie. Merry Christmas.